Alright everybody, and welcome back to my channel, and today I'm really excited to bring you the Lemax 2021 Esmeralda the Great. Let's get into it. Okay, so Esmeralda the Great. This one is super cool, and please pardon me if that pronunciation is not correct. If you've been with me for a while now, you know my pronunciation reading skills are, much to be desired. So diving right in here, it was released in 2021, and it has a Lemax/Michael SKU number of 14825. Now that's very important if you're going to be looking it up, or if you're at the store and you want to make sure you have the right piece. Of course, the title's on the box, but just in case you need to go that extra step, there's your SKU number. Let's talk dimensions. We have 5.04 inches high, 6.38 inches wide, and 4.33 inches deep, which is really good size for a table accent. And this one has so much going on that it could have been classified as its own house, damn near. I mean, it's really loaded. It just is. All right, it's made of a poly resin, and now let's talk power. It is a 4.5 volt DC unit, and it draws about 120 milliamps. Now, like most table accents, you have the option of both battery power or electric. So if you're going to go the battery route, your battery pack is going to be in the base of the unit on the bottom. I'll try to get that up there on the screen for you. And you'd be putting in 3 AA's. Now, if you want to use electric, this one you could go either way on. You could use a multi adapter, or you could go ahead and just use one of your, single 4.5 volt DC adapters. Either one would work, but I think on this unit you would be just fine with using like a multi-purpose. Usually the table accent, they're a lot lower power draw than, let's say, like a standard house would be or something like that. So, the risk of overloading it is a lot lower on something like this, but always be cautious when using a multi-adapter. Okay, moving forward, it has a on and off switch on the back of the unit. Very simple, but there is no cord like we're used to. It just has a little switch on the back. Let's talk price. So this thing here is $49.99. Is it worth it? Absolutely. And, I understand it's a table accent and they're asking $50 for it, and you might be a little hesitant, but, like a lot of the pieces this year, it's just simply worth it. However, let's say you're going to use some coupons. I push that every video. What can you really get out of this? Well, I'll tell you. I used a 30% off plus a $10 voucher from my last Spooky Town purchase, and it ended up being $27 and some change. That is a huge jump from $50. So you can see, by collecting those rewards and your coupons, how quickly a $50 item can become a $27 item, and you feel a hell of a lot better when you're walking out the door. So I think that about covers the main details, so let's dive right in because we have a lot to get to here. All right, so for a table accent, I want it to be known just out the gate, there is a lot of detail here. I mean, everywhere you look, there's something to see. But my overall favorite thing about it, just gonna give it to you right here, is the lighting. And I love my lighting, but I'm also very critical of lighting. This one was perfect when it came to lighting. Super well thought out. Everything from the little purple hue in the back glowing on, I guess that would be Esmeralda herself. Gosh, I'm gonna get murdered on that. Anyways, and then they have the light coming out of the coffin, which was a beautiful touch. And of course, we have our 2 green lights in the front and a couple lights just kind of facing, the main staging area, a couple right there on each post. And it just really, guys, it was really well filled in and a really good choice of lighting for this piece. So starting from the top, we have this really cool stage art with a lot of detail. Thought it'd be fun to stop at. Then we have Esmeralda. She's out here being great because she's great, and she's performing her spell tonight. That would be performing the levitation spell. Guys, super cool levitation right here, dead center. Look at that. I mean, just come on, okay? And with the witch helping her with the spell book, yes, that is a spell book, together, they're really making it happen. I mean, this is like some spooky stuff going on. Now, of course, they have a cauldron and they got, just the stuff that you would expect to see. The only thing I did want to note that I was a little unsure about is they have some blood on the steps, or what appears to be blood. And look, it's Halloween. I love the the blood, the horror, all that kind of stuff. But I didn't quite get it with this piece. You know, there wasn't anything really indicating there would be blood, so I'm not sure what's up with that. But look, I mean, hey, who am I, right? I'm just pointing it out. But anyways, I really, really like it. So let's talk to these, like, oh my gosh, look at these right here in the front. Oh, please focus, please focus. These like gargoyle kind of things. Oh my gosh, brilliant touch. Brilliant touch, okay? And then we have, you know, some of the spiders and the rats and the bottles, or maybe those are more potions, because they are green. The stuff that's spilling out of them is green. And I think we have like a black cat right here in the middle. I mean, guys, there's just so much detail. You have some skulls laying around, another cat, more rats. I mean, guys, there's just so much going on here. You know, look, this piece was really, really well thought out. And here's the best part. You ready for it? The motor is completely silent. I mean, my gosh, it is just, look, you can hear a pin drop over this thing. And that's been kind of the theme for this year. All their mechanisms have been super, super quiet. So you don't have to worry about hearing, you know, anything ticking or clicking. I mean, guys, it's just silent. As far as the smoothness of her rising in and out of the coffin, I would say it's probably a 9 out of 10. It's a little shaky when it gets right to the top there. I don't know if you can see it on the camera, but it's a tad bit shaky. But the truth is, no one looking at your village is ever going to notice that. It looks absolutely brilliant. Really, guys, it does. It looks really brilliant. I really, really like this piece and all the stonework. And look, you know, I've been a little harsh on the plastic pieces in the past. You know, I'm not a huge fan of the plastic stuff, but I have to admit, on this piece, it worked, you know, or the poly resin, whatever it is, it feels like plastic. But anyways, the bricks, you know, I mean, everything is pretty much made out of that material, and it really works for this piece, you know, and look, I'm a tough critic on the plastic stuff, but this one, it really worked for. So I got to give them that. It's got little, you know, feet on the bottom and like little rubber feet. I'll try to put a picture of that up on the screen as well. Just another small detail there for you. But look, overall, guys, it's going to be perfect for your village. I really like this piece. It was the last one that I picked up, and it was also the last one they had there. So I'm really glad I got it. You know, and again, I think the size probably surprised me the most, alongside the detail and the lighting for a table accent. I mean, it's kind of almost like they took, you know, the energy they put into like a really cool house and put it into a table accent. Now, look, it doesn't have a soundtrack. Would have been a cool touch, but I say that about a lot of the things that, you know, a lot of the pieces that don't have a soundtrack. And look, I you know, I don't know. I'm a big lighting and soundtrack fan. I think it really brings the piece to life. So, you know, this one, it'll be just fine without it. It really will. Would it have been cool to hear the witch saying a couple things, you know, or an audience reaction or something, you know, I don't know, maybe, but it's by, you know, come on, it's not gonna make a difference at the end of the day. The cauldron here in the back does not light up. That's another thing I wanted to note. Hopefully it won't disappear at night. I don't think it will, you know, because there are some lights shining back towards that area. Like I said, the lighting on this piece is really, really good, so I don't look for that to be an issue. But again, would have been a nice touch. One thing I did want to note is that when you pack this thing away, I'm not sure yet if it matters, but try to make sure that the lady rising out of the coffin, or levitating in this case, is in all the way down. Like, she's all the way in the starting position. Look, I don't know if it makes a difference, but I know at the very least it's one less thing that could get hit or bumped when you're pulling it in and out of the box. So if you can remember, you know, just make sure it's all the way down before you turn it off and pack it away. All right. Overall, I really like this piece. I think you will too. I appreciate the support. Thank you so much for always continuing to come back and check out these reviews. I'm always listening for your suggestions and feedback, so never be afraid to leave a comment below. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And please, don't forget to hit that subscribe button, and I'll see you on the next one.